We certainly are, and we're going to start with the latest on the coronavirus situation in South Korea, as we normally do. Just like the authorities were warning us about, the number of new COVID-19 cases is gradually ticking up now, it seems. But vaccination rates, on the other hand, they are also rising, putting South Korea very much on the brink of reaching its goal of having 70% of the population vaccinated and reaching that goal earlier than expected.
For more on this and other COVID-19 related updates, joining us live in the studio is our reporter Shin Ye-eun. Good morning, Ye-eun.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ye-eun. So let's start with the forecast for Thursday, a couple of hours before the official tally comes out. But how are the estimates looking?
Right, so what we currently know is that the number of new COVID-19 cases will be near the 2,000 mark, and that's because from midnight to 9 p.m. on Wednesday, 1,832 infections were confirmed, and that's 361 more than the same period on the previous day. 8 out of 10 locally transmitted cases are in the Greater Seoul area, and today will be the 100th straight day that South Korea has seen daily COVID-19 figures stay in the quadruple digits.
Now, Ye-eun, we are also seeing vaccination rates pick up speed. How many people have been vaccinated so far in South Korea?
Right, so the majority of the population have received both jabs, but to give you exact numbers, 60.8% are considered fully vaccinated, and more than 70% of the adult population have had 2 shots. Vaccination rates have really picked up pace over the past few months. In July, only 10% had received both jabs, and South Korea has expanded vaccinations by nearly 50% in just a few months.
Well, that's quite a major achievement. There was some criticism that at the outset things were going rather slowly, but they have picked up pace. So based on the current projections, it seems like more and more people are going to go and get a shot in the weeks and months to come.
You're absolutely right, and authorities believe that full vaccination rates could surpass 70% within around 10 days if vaccinations continue at the current pace. Take a listen.
We expect vaccination rates to surpass 70% in the week of October 25th. We'll do our best to reach this rate even sooner.
And although Korea could be crossing the 70% vaccination mark much quicker than expected, authorities are still trying to expedite the process because they want to start gradually easing restrictions in November. So on Friday, authorities will announce what are believed to be the last measures before heading into the government's Living with COVID-19 strategy. And these measures take effect on Monday and will most likely last for 2 weeks. Many are expecting either an extension of the ones they're implementing now and potentially some forms of vaccine incentives.
Now, speaking of incentives, Ye-eun, some countries have already seen quite a lot of success. Can you tell us more on that?
The U.S. has expanded its vaccine incentives to even foreigners, and the Department of Homeland Security said Wednesday that the U.S. will reopen land borders with Mexico and Canada to fully vaccinated travelers from November, some 19 months after they were closed. They curbed travel from Mexico and Canada since March 2020, and we can evaluate this as one of the many efforts the Biden administration has taken to try and boost vaccination rates. As of now, more than 56% of Americans have been fully vaccinated. And if we move on to Singapore, it has actually finished fully inoculating 83% of its population. Only the vaccinated are now allowed to drink and eat at coffee shops and restaurants, and those that haven't been vaccinated can only order takeout. They'll also be restricted from visiting shopping malls. And these measures took effect from Wednesday, but a grace period will be applied over the next week.
Well, it seems a touch heavy-handed on Singapore's behalf, for me at least. We've seen how people in France and Italy and other countries in Europe have reacted when these kind of restrictions are put in place on the unvaccinated people. But talking about countries with high vaccination rates, let's talk about countries that are unfortunately, for whatever reason, lagging behind in terms of vaccination rates. Africa especially is a real problem right now.
Right. Africa is only seeing 7% of the population have only received a single dose. And that's why the Director General of the WHO asked countries to refrain from using booster shots until more of the world gets at least 1 jab.
Yes, getting the global vaccination rate up is very important, as this virus doesn't seem to care about borders, right?
No respect for borders at all.
Thank you so much for your report, Ye-eun. See you tomorrow again.
Thank you.
Thank you.